You follow me?
Yeah.
A zachen is an elder who meets these qualifications, is also a shamesh, a caretaker and a servant of the people of Yahweh in the kingdom of Yahweh, but they also have the ability to teach. So can someone be a shamesh without the ability to teach? A servant, guardian, overseer? Yes. A guardian of the people. A guardian, a caring, loving, hospitality, and so forth. But in order to be one day be a rabbi or a shepherd, they have to be a teaching shamesh. And a teaching shamesh is now redefined in a zachen, an elder. So the ranks of the elders are filled through the teaching shameshes, a teaching servant. Okay, a servant is someone recognized for their love of the brethren and mature in the faith, meeting these other qualifications. But from the ranks of the servants, the caretakers, the shameshim, come the zechenim, or the elders, and the elders from the zechenim come the future rabbis and the future shepherds. Does any of this make sense?
Yep.
If I lost you, go fly a kite. I'm only kidding. So I hope I didn't lose anybody. Okay? So there are many who are called to be shameshim, deacons, but they don't have the teaching gift or calling. They cannot ascend to the position of shepherd or rabbi. The shepherd or the rabbi has to come from a teaching shamesh, and once you become a teaching shamesh, you become a zachen, or you become an elder. Follow me?
Yep.
Okay, very good. Now, again, this doesn't mean single men cannot be zechenim. It just means their goal must be to be in the ministry by one wife, or by at least one wife. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
Because a single man in the ministry is in a very precarious position. Verse 3, not given to excessive wine. Now, that doesn't mean that a shamesh or a zachen cannot drink wine. Just the opposite. It wouldn't say don't be given to excessive wine if wine drinking was wrong.
Exactly.
It's okay to drink wine, but not excessively. It's got to be done in moderation. All things need to be done in moderation. Not a short-tempered brawler. And I've seen some teaching overseers, and zechenim, and shameshim, servants, who have a very, very, very short temper. And that's something that we all have to work on. Because if you don't get a hold of your temper, what's going to happen is eventually that temper is going to come out in front of the wrong people, and they're going to leave you because they see that you're not temperate and moderate in all things. If I start yelling and cussing at my wife in front of everybody, would anybody come back next week?
Not really. I mean,
now, if we have issues, they're settled privately, hopefully in love and patience, behind closed doors, right? But if a leader, a teaching overseer, had a really bad temper. Now, it's one thing to have a temper, and it's another thing to let your temper run you. So if you cannot run your temper, but your temper runs you, you're disqualified from being a shamesh or a zachen in the community of the Commonwealth of Israel. Not a short-tempered brawler, not a lover of unjust gains. Okay, now, again, notice, it's okay to make money, it's okay to have a salary, it's okay to have a nice home, and it's okay to have a nice car. But what we as a leader, a shamesh, a zachen, is forbidden from receiving unjust gains.
exactly.
That means playing the numbers in the hood, cheating, lying, getting into a Ponzi scheme with Bernie Madoff being his partner in crime and crime. And you know it's wrong, but you're going to use the money for the ministry, you liar. I used to have people tell me, Rabbi, You know, I gotta confess something to you, Rabbi. I've been playing the lottery. But don't worry. I'm gonna give it to the kingdom. As soon as I win that lottery. I said, you lying. I'm thinking to myself, wait a second. You haven't given a blessed dollar in the last 25 years. You're not giving anything. When that money, if you win the lottery, it's all going to your belly. The God of this world. Satan and your belly. Because if you're faithful in little things, you make $250 a week, you tithe 25, Yahweh will entrust you with bigger things. But if you're not going to give the 25 bucks, neither are you going to give the 25,000, if allegedly it ever comes in. So you're not fooling Yahweh. So a leader is not supposed to be a lover of unjust gain, but patient and gentle. And let me add, if you're going to be a leader or shamesh or a zachen in the kingdom, it's not a sin to want to be wealthy.
Amen.
It's not a sin. If I'm serving Yahweh in spirit and truth, and I'm serving Yahweh's people in spirit and truth, I expect to be wealthy. I don't just believe it, I expect. And so should you. If you're serving Yahweh in spirit and truth, with all your heart, soul, and mind, you have to believe that Yahweh Yireh will provide all your needs and then some.
Yep.
Yes. Amen.
You have to believe that. Or else he's not Yahweh Yireh.
That's right.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
Yahweh.
Now, we don't go into the ministry as a servant, as a shamesh, as a king, to make money. There are easier ways to make money. Unjust gain. But if we serve him with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, with a pure motive, a sincere motive, lead people to Yeshua, get them discipled, we can expect to be well taken care of.
Amen.
The best employer I ever had was Yahweh.
Amen.
I worked in telemarketing, keychains, selling keychains, pens, pencils, underwear, you name it. Been there, done that. Broke as a $2 wooden nickel. As soon as I started working full-time for Yahweh, we're doing fine, thank you.
That's what's up.
Why? Did I change? No. Did Rivka change? No. We just work for the best possible because our boss is a Jewish carpenter.
Amen.
And he is the master builder. And he built the whole world. You got anybody else I can better work for? So the more time you give to Yahweh, the more you're going to be taken care of. The less time you give to Yahweh, you could expect to plan on being broke. Plan on it. Don't wonder about it. Don't even pray about it. You put Yahweh 10th on your list of priorities, he will put you 10th in position. Whatever that position may be. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
So, the shamesh of zachen must be patient and gentle. And trust me, if you're going to be in the ministry, you may enter the ministry with a little patience and a little gentleness, but you are about to get a whole bunch more patience and gentleness. Because you will be attacked, you will be criticized, you will be lampooned, you will be lambasted, and whatever patience and gentleness you have, there's good news and bad news. The good news is going to increase. The bad news is going to increase through suffering and tribulation and people misunderstanding you.
What's new?
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Verse 4. One that oversees his own bait, house, well, having his children in subjection, living in purity. In other words, your children are the toughest disciples you're ever going to raise up for Yeshua. If you as an elder or as a shamesh or a zachen can have your children in subjection, assuming they're living under your roof, in your house, in purity, you'll do fine. Because if you cannot oversee, not Lord, but oversee your house,
How can you oversee that?
in purity. In purity. That means you do not allow your daughter to dress like Madonna. Because if you do, you cannot be an elder. You cannot be a zachen. As long as they're under your roof.
Amen.
They cannot listen to the kind of music out there on a continual basis. They may flip through it because, and just like we all kind